So today we'll see how to design a DFA. So DFA, we know that we have to have only one transition for any particular input. So the first question here says that we need to have a DFA which will have only one symbol A. So this is the only one allowed symbol A, and the condition given is that the number of A's present in the DFA should be even. So as there are even number of DFAs, we know that we need to have a zero number of A's is allowed, it is even. Next we can have 2 A's, next we can have 4 A's, and so on. So for this designing, we start with the state Q0, and we say as soon as we receive 1A, we go to Q1 state. And then we'll say Q1 will also receive A and we get back to Q0. So since I have to accept zero number of A's also, this Q0 will be my initial state as well as it will be my final state. So if there is nothing in the input, then this will be the final state. But if I have two zeros, then what, two A's, then what happens? I go to here for the first A. For the second A, we go back to Q0 and we are in the final state. So we will be accepting this. Okay, similarly, if there are 4 A's, so 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. So when the fourth A comes, after that we are there in the final state. So this will also be accepted. So this is the design of DFA for even number of A's. Now let us see the design if there are odd number of A's. So odd number means we can accept a single A, we can accept 3 A's, and so on. So for accepting a single A, we just need to change the final state. So here will be the design. So Q0, when it receives a single A, we have to accept it. So this is my final state. But if there are 3 A's, so 1, second A, third A, third one is accepted. Say for example, this is 4th and 5th. So all even number of A's will be accepted. Odd number of A's will be accepted. So this is the DFA for accepting odd number of A's. Now let us see the DFA. Now there are two symbols that are allowed. Now my input language can have A or B. Okay, and now the condition is saying that both of these symbols should be in even numbers. So here it will be something like this. So if it is even number, we have to make first state as the final state, because we can accept zero number of A's and zero number of B's. Okay, so if I have only A, so this is for only A. If I have B, then here it is for B. Right, so even number of A's, 0 or 2, again 0 B's or 2 B's. Now after A I can have B. So here the design says like this, and then after B I can have A. Now since we are transiting in both the directions, we have considered all the possible options here. Now fourth question, again A, B are allowed, but now it says both should be odd. So now for both A and B to be odd, this Q3 will become my final state. Next question, for odd number of A and even number of B, Q1 will become my final state. And if I need to have even number of A's and odd number of B's, then Q2 will become my final state. Okay, here is the next question. So if I have to accept any number of A, any number of B, so this will be Q0 accepting anything A or B in any number, and the empty string is also allowed. Next DFA, that will accept all strings A and B which have the starting symbol AA, and at the end we can have A or B anything. So we start with A mandatory, next A mandatory, after that I can have A or B anything. So this comma specifies or, and this is the final state. So we will be accepting AA followed by A or B anything any number of times. Here are a few more questions. If I just have to accept a single alphabet A, so from Q0 I transit to Q1, and that is my final state. Only accepting AB. This accepts either ABD or ACD. So final state specifies that I am accepting this input.